Okay, this video is intended to walk you through how to do these survey instrument problems. Okay, so I'm going to do my best here to hopefully help clarify some of the concepts here. So, whenever you're given these sheets, you've got a series of rod readings that the first step would be to figure out what each rod reading is. So in this case, you read the rod with 1.9 is here, 1.91, 1.92, and somewhere in the middle, just below the middle, so I'd say 1.924. Answer key says 1.925. Not too worried about whether you're within 3 or 4 millimeters. It's not really that big a deal. So when you get to the end, if you're, within 10 millimeters is pretty acceptable as far as calling that an accurate answer. Okay, so you would go through all the rods, write down each reading, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so on and so forth. That's your first bit of information that you need to figure out, but that's not the end-all and be-all. What we're trying to do is figure out the elevation at each of these points. That's the important information we're trying to pull out of this. Okay, and you need to recognize that we do that using a known location, which we're calling the benchmark. So if I look over here, the station is BM, the benchmark, and the value that we're giving the benchmark on this particular sheet is the 465.650. Okay, so that would be this elevation right here. And our first move is to take our instrument, set our instrument up, and shoot back to the benchmark to establish what our actual height of instrument is. So first rod reading 1.925 we have over here would be a back shot to the benchmark. So we're going to take our benchmark elevation, which is 465.65. We're going to add to that first rod reading, which is 1.925, and we're going to get our height of instrument, which is what we've done here, taking an elevation, back shot, rod reading, and we've added the two, and we get a number of 467.575. Okay, recognize that this number is bigger than the elevation at the benchmark because it's higher up. We just established this height here. Okay, now we're able to swing our instrument around and take shots anywhere in the field. Okay, so now we want to know what the elevation is at A. So in our station, we will put A. And we will set up the rod, we'll shoot the rod. So the second rod reading we have here of 1.2127. 1.227. And that's what we have over here. And it's a 4-shot. So our elevation at A becomes the height of instrument minus this rod reading. Height of instrument minus this rod reading comes down to 466.348. Okay. On this particular sheet, every time you take a reading, you're moving the instrument. So you're going to have a 4-shot, then a back shot to establish a new height of instrument. 4-shot, then a back shot to establish the height of the instrument. So on and so forth. That's how it happens to be on the sheet. The sheet is particularly trying to give you practice on how to fill out this form. Okay, so if we established our elevation at A to be 466.348, okay, that means the elevation here at the bottom of this rod, here's a rod, that's the elevation for that point, 466.348. Okay, now we're moving the instrument, setting it up, leveling everything, and now we have no point of reference to move forward, so we need to shoot back to a known elevation. what we end up doing is shooting back to station A. That's a known elevation. Okay, station A. We're shooting a back shot, and we get a rod reading of 0.132, they're calling it here. That's that reading right here, that value. Okay, and keep in mind we're trying to establish a height of instrument. So we're going to take the elevation we had at A, we're going to add our rod reading, our third rod reading, to get our height of instrument. So we take our elevation at A, add our third rod reading to get our new height of instrument. Notice again that this number is bigger than this number. We've gone up from the ground to our new height of instrument. Okay, now we can spin our instrument around and take a new shot at a new location. And if you look at the way the sheet goes, it follows that same pattern. Okay, for other situations, you'll have multiple shots. 4 shots or intermediate shots, then a 4 shot before you have to move the instrument. So follow this pattern to help guide you through whether you're taking a 4 shot or a back shot. My advice is to write down all the rod readings before you even attempt this sheet. And once you do, use this as a guide to fill out this sheet. Start with a benchmark, moving forward through the stations. Okay, I hope this video helps walk you through these sheets.